A young man was drowning in financial struggles. No matter how hard he worked at his low-paying job, his income was barely enough. Every month, he fought to pay rent, buy food, and settle his growing debts. Creditors kept calling, reminding him of unpaid loans. He watched others moving ahead in life, buying homes, starting businesses, while he felt trapped in a never-ending cycle of just surviving. At home, the pressure was even worse. His aging parents needed medical care, and his younger siblings depended on him for support. Relatives constantly compared him to others. When will you settle down? Your cousin just bought a house. What about you? You need to earn more. We are struggling because of you. Each conversation was a reminder of how far behind he was. At night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, lost in endless thoughts. What if I never succeed? What if I always remain stuck? What if I fail my family? The weight of expectations, fear, and self-doubt became unbearable. He felt like he was running a race he could never win, drowning in stress and anxiety. One evening, as he sat on a park bench, lost in his worries, his friend noticed his distress. "You can't go on like this," his friend said. "There's a wise monk in the village. People say he has helped many find peace. Why don't you meet him?" The young man hesitated. How could a monk solve real-life problems? But with nothing to lose, he decided to go. The next morning, he climbed the hill to the monastery. Under a large tree, he saw an elderly monk meditating. His face was calm, his presence peaceful. As the young man approached, the monk slowly opened his eyes. "Master, I feel lost," the young man said, his voice filled with desperation. "No matter how hard I try, I fail. My mind never stops overthinking. I feel stuck. Please tell me, how do I escape this suffering?" The monk listened patiently and then smiled. "Your suffering is like a traveler on a difficult journey," he said. "Let me explain with a story. Once, there was a man who owned a cart. One day, he set off on a journey to a faraway city, hoping for a better life. Before leaving, he filled his cart with bags of old belongings, things from his past, things he thought he might need, and things he simply couldn't leave behind. As he traveled, the cart became too heavy. The wheels creaked, the journey was exhausting, and soon, other travelers passed him with ease. Frustrated, he thought, "Why is my journey so difficult?" One day, an old man saw him struggling. "Why are you carrying so many bags?" he asked. The traveler sighed. "I don't know. Some remind me of the past, some I might need later, and some I just don't know how to let go of." The old man smiled. "Ah, so you carry them not because they are useful, but because you are afraid. But tell me, has holding on to these bags made your journey easier?" The traveler looked at his cart, his aching hands, and his tired body. "No, it has only made everything harder," he admitted. The old man nodded. "Then why not let go of what is unnecessary? The road ahead is uncertain, yes, but carrying the weight of the past will not prepare you for the future. It will only slow you down." With hesitation, the traveler opened one of the bags and pulled out an old, worn-out coat. He had carried it for years, thinking he might need it, but he had never used it. He placed it by the roadside and felt a little relief. Then he removed another item, then another. With each thing he let go of, he felt lighter. When he finally started walking again, he was faster, freer, moving toward his destination with ease. As he walked away, the old man called out, "Remember, it is not the weight of life that slows us down, but the weight we choose to carry." The young man's eyes widened. "Master, I have been carrying my past failures, my fears, and my worries just like those bags." The monk smiled. "Then the question is, are you ready to let them go?" The young man hesitated. "But how do I let go?" The monk nodded. "It's simple. 4 steps to let go and find peace. Step 1. Recognize your burdens. Like the traveler, first, you must see what is weighing you down. What thoughts, fears, and expectations are making your journey harder? The young man thought about it. His debts. His family's pressure. His fear of failure. None of them had helped him, they had only drained him. Step 2. Accept that not everything is yours to carry. The traveler thought he had to carry all those bags, but was it true? In life, we often take on burdens that are not truly ours. Your family's happiness, their expectations, are they yours to carry alone? For the first time, the young man realized how much of his suffering came from his own mind. He had been carrying not just financial burdens, but also the weight of guilt, worry, and expectations. Step 3. Let go and trust the journey. The traveler didn't need to reach his destination carrying pain. He had to trust that by moving forward lightly, he would find a way. And so must you. Let go of the unnecessary, live in the present, and trust that the path will unfold. The young man nodded. But he had one last question. Master, even if I let go, my mind keeps running in different directions. How do I stay focused? Step 4. Focus on the present, one step at a time. The monk picked up a stick and drew 2 lines in the dirt. Young man, imagine these lines represent your life. One line is the past, filled with regrets and failures. The other is the future, full of fear and uncertainty. But where are you standing now? In the middle, the young man replied. Exactly. The present moment is the only place where life happens. Instead of worrying about everything at once, focus on just one step, the step you are taking right now. Forget about tomorrow's problems. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today? Then do only that. When you eat, eat. When you work, work. When you rest, rest. Train your mind to stay in the moment, and everything else will fall into place. The young man took a deep breath. He finally understood, he had been trying to fix his entire life at once, and it had overwhelmed him. But now, he would take it one step at a time. Slowly, things began to change. He felt lighter, his mind became clearer, and he made better decisions. Over time, because of being patient and consistency, new opportunities started appearing to him. Because the burdens had never been placed on him by the world, he had placed them on himself. And now, he was free. If we look at our own lives, we often carry burdens that are not truly ours, expectations, regrets, and fears that only make our journey harder. Like the traveler in the story, we hold on to things that slow us down, believing they are necessary when they only weigh us down. Peace doesn't come from solving everything at once, but from letting go and taking life one step at a time. When we release unnecessary worries and focus on the present, we create space for clarity, growth, and success. So ask yourself today, what is weighing you down? What can you let go of to move forward? Because the moment you free yourself from unnecessary burdens, you will stop just surviving and start truly living. Let go, trust the journey, and take that first step toward the life you deserve.